Hello, hello, welcome. This is a general collective reading. I've been doing signs and, your North Node placement, and I love doing that, but we're going to do just a general collective reading right now. Spirit was really adamant that I just kind of dive into what everybody's dealing with right now, which feels honestly like a whole lot. We've got a lot of major transits going on. 2025, all of the outer planets are moving into new signs. We have plot lines being filled. We have whys being discovered. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did I go through these things that felt so grueling, right? And I'm hearing Spirit is already speaking. The path has already begun. Like the journey has already begun. So for so many of you, I think we're in a place where, how do I describe what I am seeing right now? It's like you're at the gas station and you don't know which car is yours, if that makes sense. So the journey started. Oh my God, not death being at the bottom of the deck. The journey started already, but you're looking around kind of like, what? Which car is mine, right? And I'm hearing something about tickets, like train tickets, like the train left the station, but you don't know where your tickets are, or something like that. There's like pieces being lost. Okay, so let's get a, and I've got two decks with me here today. So we're doing our Smith Waite, and then we're also doing the Archetypes deck. Okay, so this is just a spirit-led message. Let's see. Who am I talking to? Yeah. Right on time. Right on time. Right on time. And now I'm seeing the train entering the station. Right on time. You boarded right on time. I'm seeing it like a butterfly, like a Luna moth. Okay, let's see. That's the Eight of Pentacles. Tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more here. Okay. There is a message about something happening around you, or a process stopping or pausing. And now Spirit is so funny. I'm hearing like the train, it started with a gas station, now it's a train, like kind of screeching on the rails. Like something started and was at full power and then it stopped. And you have this energy here, whoever I'm speaking to, of frustration and kind of barreling towards and creating your own opportunities, right? Like there's a lot of like busting through energy happening in the collective. I'm noticing this a lot in my collective readings, be it sign-based or not. Like there's a lot of kind of willful action that's taking place here. So whoever I'm speaking to, you're definitely in that place right now where you have a sense of direction. You know what you want, you know like who you are, you know where you want to go, but the issue seems to be how to get there, because I feel like I'm hearing the word throttled and thwarted. So like your efforts were thwarted. Wow. Okay. And so let's get a little bit more about collective, where they are right now. Tell me about where they are right now. Five of Swords. Again, there's this sense of competition. Why is that? Why is there so much competition coming through for collective? Because you want to defend what's yours. So these two cards, honestly, it's... Okay, collective, whoever I'm speaking to, you went through this trial. You went through this battle where you came out on the other side. Like at some point on that battle, at some point during that war that you were in, you understood that your inner child was aching and like needed your attention in a way that you had never recognized before. And I feel like some of you never even recognized your inner child's existence until you were in the thick of this time where you were desperately clinging to something that was yours while it was trying to, while people were trying to take it away from you, right? It kind of feels like you were under attack. And so here I see you in a place where you are in touch with your inner child and feeling like, what was it all for? What was it all for, right? There's this sense of wanting to give back as you get to know that which makes up your inner world and your creative side. And then there's this kind of I'm hearing willful binding. But this card is in reverse. I'm noticing the Queen of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. This card is in the reverse, which typically, willful binding is what Spirit is telling me, but I'm seeing this in reverse, and that's a phrase I would use to describe it upright. It's 616, it's 616 where I am right now, and I'm just noticing this. Okay. So thank you, Spirit. Okay. So there's something here about rewriting the rules of what was told for you. So for example, the reason I thought of that just now is acknowledging that it's 616, 616. There's a fear that is associated with the number 6 that is just collectively, it's misinterpreted. And so just that as a metaphor, like there are things that I think you were taught to not do or to have fear around that you're now like, oh no, but I can do those things. And actually I should do those things, right? Like this is rule breaker, cycle breaker energy, kind of like taking that leap into something that I think you just have never seen before and that no one else has seen before. Okay, let's get a little bit more. And it's just because like it's always existed in you, but nobody, and it exists in everyone else, right? And this is the connection to the inner child, right? That creativity, the people around you, the models that you had, they all have this too. This inner child spark, this creative wisdom, this beautiful, fertile, like imaginative part of them. They all have it too, but they never tapped into it. And while you were in this war, you saw that people were trying to take it away from you and you didn't give it. And now we are in a place where you see the attempts that were made. And so you're rewriting what you grew up learning so that you can give more justice to that creative flow and that inner child, right? So that you can give more fertilizer to that soil, right? But then here we have this Two of Swords, which makes a lot of sense because I'm getting such weird confirmations. Like for one, my ears are ringing at a really high, very divine, high level pitch. I'm feeling tingles in very specific places on my body that are kind of creeping. And now I'm seeing like vines. This energy is one that is this good or bad? Is this it? Because it feels like so like vines, people love to put vines on their houses, but those vines that'll rip your roof off, even though it's beautiful. It's very like cottagecore. It'll rip your roof off, right? It'll damage your shutters is something I'm hearing. So I'm curious, like this energy might feel malefic. It might feel, bad, shame around, and it's green, it's vines, it's green. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Oh, and so this does have to do with your relationship with money and abundance, which you would only find through your relationship with your inner child. Okay. I like this. I like where we're going here, Spirit. Let's get a little bit more. 5 of Cups. Yeah. It's easier for you to acknowledge what you don't have, and that's exactly the model that you were given. It is easier for you to acknowledge that which you don't have. But the only way to really capitalize on this inner child work that you've done, and really uncovering and I'm hearing like dismantling. So you've done a lot of dismantling of inner workings and mechanisms and systems that were built up over time, that were kind of ingrained in your coding and in like your brain, right? In your subconscious. You've done a lot of work there. So you can see now how it would be easier for you to look at what you don't have. But then we have this 9 of Cups that came out. So I feel like you have this understanding of what needs to be done in terms of your focus at this time. But there is, so this 5 of Wands, there is, I think, internal and external battles. I think someone's trying to take this from you. I'm not even gonna lie here. Like, I feel like someone is trying to take this from you and it's holding you back, like it's pausing you. Hang on, let's get a little bit more. It's throwing you off because, you know, when someone enters our field and all of a sudden, you know, we've got more things to do because we are carrying for, you know, maybe you're being asked to do things for other people, be it your partner or a family member or whatever. You're finding yourself in this position where you're like, I don't know what I should do and when. And there's this really scattered and overwhelmed feeling that comes because you don't know how to be creative in the way that you want to be creative. You know, this is your first go at this, and you don't have the models, right? So like, as we stated, like the people around you did not do the inner child work that you've done in kind of getting in touch with their creativity. So you have this like level of advantage. You have this playing field that other folks don't have. And so while you are learning how to live in this place of creative growth and freedom and abundance in your imagination and your imaginative workings, we have this external energy coming in that is just throwing a wrench in all of it, from what I can tell. Like it's creating this sense of overwhelm that just doesn't feel necessary, and I do believe is speaking to this Devil card of you know, trying to take what is yours. So with the Queen of Swords coming out in its reversal, it is definitely confirming for me that this is not just you struggling with how do I be creative, how do I become, you know, an entrepreneur or an artist, or how do I, you know, balance this new hobby with my work life, right? Like there's this, oh my gosh, yeah, and the 6 of Cups at the bottom. Wow. No, this is someone from your life that you know that's been around for a while. This person, this could be a family member. It is matronly, so it's a feminine energy, not speaking to gender, right? That which that, you know, goes where it resonates. But this is, and with the Queen of Swords in its reversal, this would be someone who is really, really relentless in their needs and puts them on you with a kind of force that is not fair and is not, there's just, I'm hearing it's not just, right? It's not fair. It's not, it is not, you know, they're putting problems on you perhaps, or issues or tasks that just don't belong to you, right? Okay, Spirit, can I get a little bit more? And I'm also hearing they are capable. So can I get a little bit more about what this collective needs to know about this situation? 7 of Pentacles, this is something that you've been working on for quite a while. 2 of Wands, it's like you have the tools, you have the wherewithal, you have the knowledge, you have the will, you've been preparing for this for a long time. And it just doesn't have to be formal, right? Because this feels more artistic and creative in nature. You know, it's not like, you know, maybe you did go to college for it, right? But the path has been windy. And so it's kind of a collection of life experiences and knowledge that you have gained purposefully or not. So that you can do something with it, you know, eventually you say like, I want to do, it's kind of like you've been flirting with this your whole life and you've been taking it seriously here and there. But now you're ready to really move forward with it, but you don't have the tools. And once you decided that you were ready, we have this external force coming in that's saying like, I need, right? And so we don't have 2 wands, we have 3 wands. Or sorry, we don't have 3 wands, we have 2 wands. Or maybe this is an illusion. Can I get some insight onto what illusions may be at play here? Because the 7 of Cups is an illusion as well. So I think Spirit just revealed something to me with that slip of this person is not just throttling your growth. They're creating illusion that you're not ready, and you are. Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. And its reversal. 3 of Pentacles. Page of Swords. There's something that you want to build that, yeah, again, I'm coming back to this like issue of models, that you've received, because like, you know, throughout your life, I really do feel like there has been a completely, how do I describe what I'm seeing here? It's almost as if, okay, so like I live in an area that has a lot of hills. And so you see people's balconies built on sides of hills. And so you have structural support under the balcony so that the balcony can be level on a hill, right? On a hillside. And some are very steep, some are not so steep. But there's structural support there. And so what I'm feeling for you, collective, is that structural support was always rotted. Right? The structure was always swaying, and you were always kind of wondering. So this is your sense of security, but it's also that which gives you direction. There was no one around who like said to you like, this is what you can do, and like here's some advice, or otherwise like anything that would be helpful. That just it just never existed. And it, obviously it's no fault to those folks, because they obviously didn't have it either, or else maybe they would have given it to you. I'm hearing the word spite come in, so like it could be almost like you feel like some folks are acting out of spite towards you because maybe you have something special. Maybe that's messaging that you've received that resonates for you. Regardless, what I'm seeing here is that the difference is that you are not owed your success. This is a download that I'm receiving from Spirit. You are not owed success. That because of what you, big confirmations here, because of what you have experienced in this life, and the lack of support that you have received, there is kind of a dose of medicine here that's saying like, yeah, people suck. Yeah, you were shorted. Yeah, all these things are true. But that doesn't forfeit the need for grit and agility is a word that I'm hearing, and independence. So like the ability to like manage a number of things at the same time, right? The ability to make multiple things happen, while kind of reaching towards that bigger purpose. So there's something here about, you know, yes, people have projected onto you that you're not capable, you're not able, you're not willing, you don't have the tools, you're not special, you're not, you know, whatever kind of language has come forward that you've internalized in your life. Yeah, all that's true, but it's still your responsibility to get what you want in this life, right? It's still your responsibility to manage the parts of you that are troublesome or challenging or whatever, so that, you know, in the name of where it is that you're going, in the name of that bigger goal. And you can do that. You can do that. I think subconsciously there's a part of you that truly does not believe that you can do it. And so Spirit is coming in here with this vote of support as like you actually can do it, but the difference is that it's going to take a while, right? This is not something that is going to happen overnight. There is a kind of slow and steadiness here that Spirit wants you to embrace, rather than kind of just like going at it with a sense of like novelty. Like you go at it as a novice, but you don't enter as a novice saying that you're a master. You see, you don't enter as a page saying that you're a king, right? So go forth. And the other thing too is that you don't need to know everything. That's something that Spirit is really communicating to me right now. You don't need to know everything. Okay. Sometimes you can just start. Okay. Yeah. You don't need to know everything. there's something here that you want to achieve, that I think that you've held yourself back also because of what people have told you. Maybe there's like an issue of perfectionism that has come up that you've been grappling with throughout your life, that you can't succeed because you are not like brave enough, smart enough is something that I'm hearing, but like you actually know a lot more than you think that you know. Okay, collective, like it really is this strong message about like just start. Just start. It's like that act as if thing, right? Like if you act as it, let's say you want to be a content creator. If you act as if you are a full-time content creator, or act as if, and you just start saying that to yourself, I am a lawyer. I work for this law firm that I've always wanted, I'm a full-time student at Berkeley. Or even something like more in your day-to-day, like I am a content creator, right? Like I'm a full-time content creator, because then, you kind of start integrating those activities that this is not just saying it, it's acting, right? So you're actually making the content, and you're actually doing the studies, and you're actually applying for the schools or whatever it is. And that is what is going to kind of bring you this joy and success here. But like, that inner dialogue is still very much present from what I can tell. That inner dialogue that we've been discussing here is still very much alive. And so I want to now pull from Kim Cran's the Archetypes deck, and then I might pull one more from the Smith-Waite. If you've made it this far, please feel free to subscribe, drop a comment, let me know if this is resonating for you, okay? I would love to hear from you. And join the community, right? Subscribing is free. It's a free way to support a growing channel. Thank you so much. Okay. What does this collective need to know about this creative pursuit? The cave. Okay. So there is a need for some retreat. When you are given certain dialogues, that are defeating and have a level of like untruth, have a level of deception about you and your person, and what you're capable of, there is a need to remember kind of like cosmic law, that you will be cared for by the divine, but also this is associated with the heart, right? So as you acknowledge that like there are things that are just not true, that people are saying about me, about my abilities, etc. As you acknowledge those things, you're being called to really draw it back, pull it inward, and then carry forth from a place that is more collected, but also calmer and softer. Like it takes a lot of bravery to be soft. And something that I'm hearing is like the word brutality. So Ace of Swords in reverse. And then we also had, the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I think that you are someone who might fall into a trap of being harsh or brutal or unkind with your words or your tonality, just because that is what this person, this external influence has been this is someone who we know has been around your whole life probably, right? So, and this is someone who's close to you. So like this is a behavior that you picked up. It takes bravery to be softness. We know that the Queen of Swords is a coward, right? And you know that that person is a coward. So there is an element here of like, how is that being reflected in you as you move through life and like achieve these levels of growth that transcend where you have been in the past? Okay, I'm seeing 777 on my screen in front of me. I think that that's a really significant number for you. 7s, 717, right? And it is also a part of rewriting what we know, right? There's this like element of divine intelligence here that's indicating to you that like you actually don't know anything, and that this behavior that you've been seeing your whole life is actually very cowardice. It is not strength, right? It is not strength to be unkind or like forward in the way that this energy is being forwarded. It is not strength to treat people the way that you've been treated or the way that you've seen other people treated. Like it's not, that is not strength, that is cowardice. And so reframing this has to take place in the heart space. You have to spend some time inward to understand that what needs to be done going forward needs to, like, what needs to be done, the actions that need to be taken to achieve this level, this kind of success, this level of success, or this creative endeavor that you want to embark on. The manner in which things are done is different. It is different than what you know, okay? And it requires a level of softness that maybe you have not seen. Okay, and so you don't really know how that looks for you. You don't know how to embody it. So let's get some advice for collective right here. Are you so serious right now? Advice. That's funny. Yeah, this is a momentary pause. Because, and like being really, really decisive about it. Okay. I'm recording this the night before the Cancer full moon, which is pretty close to Mars, which is retrograding in the sign of Cancer right now. So this is very aligned with current astrology. If you're seeing this, your advice is to be very, very decisive and protective. And I might actually label this the Cancer full moon reading, because this is, yeah, I should do that, huh? I guess this is a full moon. Maybe that's why Spirit wanted me to give a collective message. Anyways, what we need to do going forward, right? Your advice is to get really serious about how you protect yourself, how you keep yourself in this seat, because, you know, and with the Hanged Man, there's a lot of like new ways of doing things right now. With the Hanged Man here, it's like you can be decisive, but I guess the position you're taking when you're speaking doesn't have to be one of defensiveness, even though you are defending your energy, your peace, your future, whatever it is that you're defending. Even though you are in a defensive place, how do you want to be perceived, right? There is a weird kind of game or a kind of dance that you have to do here that I'm picking up on that feels like it might be best if you kind of like titrate in and out of what you're like, and like now I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed. Yeah. So like I feel like you've tried this in the past and it's been overwhelming for you. So you're going to want to try to like, with the Hanged Man here, it's giving a few things. It's giving this feeling of like, you want to try something new in terms of your intentionality behind, the manner in which you're received. But then the other thing is taking your time with it, kind of like trying it and then pulling back and then dipping in and then pulling out, right? And so there's this like giving yourself the grace and the permission to just finish when you're finished and then return back when you're ready to return back. Like there is not really a set of rules on you right now that is actual rules, right? I think that maybe you feel as if there are rules on you right now, but there actually aren't rules on you, okay? So in terms of like the manner in which you need to behave, right? Or what you need to bring to the table. So I guess not rules, but expectations, right? You might be operating under the assumption that there are expectations for you, but there actually aren't. That's something that you're placing there yourself. Let's get a final message for collective. I think all of a sudden I'm having like allergies too, which is really, really interesting. So you might be having weird like sinusy stuff or like allergies. That could be confirmation for you. Okay. 6 of Pentacles as the anchor. And we have the 6 of Cups, Judgment, the Chariot, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is your final message. There is a new way for you to exchange energy and service with the people in your life. Whoever this person is that is being very demanding of you, or whatever this energy is of that I'm picking up on, that is one of kind of certain, I guess, like entitlement, right? Like they feel entitled to whatever's going on with you, and it's pulling away from your creative pursuits and your inner child work and that connection. There is a redefinition of exchange that can take place here, right? So I don't like to speak in black or white ever. So I'm not going to like tell you what to do here. And I certainly would never tell you to cut someone off. But it is kind of this energy of like, whatever you need to do, you do have license to do it, right? I feel like there's this energy of like the worst is over, but the battle is not yet won. The worst is over, the battle is not yet won. And so part of your ensuring that you win the battle is ensuring that the service that you provide is heart-centered. And why would you be providing service in any other manner, right? So if your service that you're providing is not coming from the heart, and if you're not able to do that, then it's time to kind of back up, okay? This message is affirming your steps forward and away from the familiar, right? It is letting you know that it wasn't for nothing. It wasn't for nothing, but your fatigue does not permit a lazy job. That is a message from Spirit, that your exhaustion, the arduous road that you've taken up until here, it doesn't cease, right? Like the road ahead is still cumbersome, but your exhaustion and what you've experienced doesn't dismiss the need for a good job, I guess, is the point, right? So you still have to show your best face everywhere you go. Okay. And so you carry on with this judgment, you carry on with this rebirth, you carry on with this story unfolding, this path forward with gusto and with confidence, but do so with a soft heart and like a posture and like an orientation towards healing and what works, right? There are some things that we know just don't work. And so Spirit is asking you to go with what works. And generally a positive attitude with a heart-centered place, like origin of action is what works. Okay. So I really want to thank you, collective. This was kind of a spontaneous message that I felt called to do. And this was beautiful and powerful. And I want to wish you all of the best of luck in this journey ahead, okay? Please let me know if you gained anything from these insights or this message in the comments. That really means a lot. I love to hear from you guys. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It's a free way to support a growing channel. And I see every subscription and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Take care.